contributions so that they are sticking to the 3 minutes. Alistair Carmichael.
Thank you very much, Mr Deputy Speaker. I'm grateful to you for the opportunity to try and articulate the very keen and profound sense of loss that there is felt across the Northern Isles today. Her Majesty made a number of visits to Orkney and to Shetland over the years of her reign, all of which built a real connection between Orcadians and Shetlanders and their monarch. One of the best remembered is in 1960 when she took the Royal Yacht Britannia into Stronsay and Sandy into Stronsay and Westray in Orkney. Prince Philip was given the job of driving her around Westray in their then most suitable available vehicle, the new 12-seater school bus. It produced one of the best pictures of Her Majesty that I think any of us will ever see. She is sitting in the passenger seat, laughing uproariously, while Prince Philip is in the driver's seat, shall we just say, with a look of grim determination on his face. I don't know what it was exactly that caused that look of grim determination, but having been there myself with my wife on occasions, I can only guess. Her Majesty also visited Shetland in 1981, as Shetland's oil came on stream through the Sullomvo terminal, and she opened the terminal then. That was remembered in Shetland, unfortunately, because it was a day when the IRA detonated a bomb in Shetland in the power station there. I mention that because while we all speak about her quite remarkable record of service, we should not forget that that service was one which often came at personal risk. Like others, I had my moments meeting Her Majesty, which I treasure as very private and special moments. I served as controller of the household from 2010 to 2013, and as such had a walk-on part in the state opening of Parliament. It's fair to say, in 2013, we had the misfortune of a state opening of Parliament which clashed with the first day of the Windsor Horse Show. And when we returned to Buckingham Palace at the end of the state opening, we were left in no doubt that should this unfortunate diary mismanagement happen in the future, it would not necessarily be the Windsor Horse Show that would lose out on that occasion. Mr Deputy Speaker, I think back to the very first time I saw Her Majesty in the flesh, and it was when she visited Islay, where I was growing up in 1977 as part of her Silver Jubilee tour. She often visited Islay privately as a guest of the Morrison family, and in passing I would like to pay tribute not just to Her Majesty but also to the Honourable Mary Morrison, who served for many, many years as one of Her Majesty's ladies-in-waiting. That occasion she visited Bowmore Distillery. That was the first time she had visited a distillery, and it came back to me in 2014 when I was present as Secretary of State for Scotland at the naming of the aircraft carrier HMS Queen Elizabeth. On that occasion, as the aircraft carrier was named, there was a bottle of Bowmore whisky smashed on the side of the boat, and the smell of that malt whisky drifted across Rosyth, and it took me back to that day in 1977. I mention that because I think, like so many people, these are the threads that Her Majesty interwove throughout our lives that enrich the fabric of our country. That is why we miss her, and that is why we now pledge our new allegiance to His Majesty the King. God save the King.